Chapter 2. A Favor for a Favor. The morning sun filtered through the lace curtains, casting a warm and inviting glow into sweet serenity. I was behind the counter, carefully frosting a batch of freshly baked cupcakes when the bell above the door chimed, announcing the arrival of a customer. I turned to greet the familiar face, but to my surprise, it was Cadence Sunder. He entered the bakery with an air of urgency, his usually composed demeanor replaced by a hint of desperation. His tailored suit seemed slightly rumpled, and his usually immaculate hair appeared tousled. "Cadence," I said, puzzled by his unexpected visit. "What brings you here today?" He ran a hand through his hair, his blue eyes filled with a mix of frustration and uncertainty. "Lily, I need a favor." I set the piping bag down and gave him my full attention. "A favor? What kind of favor?" He hesitated for a moment, choosing his words carefully. "I'm in a bit of a bind. The caterer I hired for the grand opening of my art gallery next week cancelled on me at the last minute. I don't know what to do." I couldn't help but raise an eyebrow. "So, you want me to cater your event?" He nodded, his expression earnest. "Yes, I know it's a lot to ask, but I've heard wonderful things about your bakery. I'll pay you double your usual rate, and I promise it will be worth your while." I considered his request for a moment. Catering a high-profile event like the grand opening of an art gallery could be a significant opportunity for sweet serenity. Plus, the promise of double pay was hard to resist. But there was a mischievous glint in Cadence's eyes that made me wary. I leaned in, narrowing my eyes at him. "There's one condition, Cadence." He looked intrigued. "What is it?" I couldn't help but smile, a mischievous twinkle in my eye. "In exchange for catering your event, you have to spend a day with me as a local. You need to experience the beauty and talent that Telluride has to offer beyond your art gallery." Cadence's eyebrows shot up in surprise, but he quickly recovered. "A day as a local, huh? That sounds interesting. You have a deal, Lily." We shook hands to seal the agreement, and I couldn't help but feel a sense of satisfaction. It was a chance to show Cadence a different side of Telluride, away from the protests and controversy surrounding his art gallery. A few days later, Cadence and I met at the bakery early in the morning to embark on our adventure as locals. I was dressed in comfortable jeans, a flannel shirt, and hiking boots, ready to show him the natural beauty of our town. Cadence, on the other hand, looked slightly out of place in his designer sneakers and stylish jacket. I couldn't help but chuckle at the sight of him. "You might want to change into something more practical," I suggested, eyeing his outfit. He glanced down at himself and grinned. "I suppose you're right. Lead the way, local guide." Our first stop was a scenic hike through the lush forests surrounding Telluride. As we ventured deeper into the woods, I couldn't help but notice Cadence's discomfort. His city shoes were no match for the uneven terrain, and he stumbled a few times. I offered a hand to steady him, and he gratefully accepted. "I didn't realize Telluride had such beautiful hiking trails," he admitted. I smiled. "There's a lot more to this town than meets the eye." We continued our hike, the conversation flowing easily between us. I learned that Cadence had grown up in the bustling city, far removed from the serenity of a place like Telluride. He spoke of his passion for art and his desire to make a name for himself in the art world. As we reached a clearing at the end of the trail, Cadence's eyes widened in awe at the breathtaking view of the mountains and valleys below. "This is incredible," he whispered. I nodded, taking in the view myself. "This is one of my favorite spots in Telluride. It's where I come when I need to clear my head." We sat down on a large rock, taking in the beauty of the natural world around us. It was a serene moment, one that felt far removed from the bustling city life Cadence was accustomed to. As the day went on, I showed Cadence more of Telluride's hidden treasures. We rode horses along winding trails, sampled artisanal cheeses at the local creamery, and even tried our hand at fly fishing in the pristine mountain streams. With each activity, I watched as Cadence's city veneer gradually faded away, replaced by a sense of wonder and appreciation for the town's charm. As the sun began its descent in the evening sky, we found ourselves at the top of Bridal Veil Falls, gazing at the picturesque waterfall cascading down the rocky cliffs. The setting sun painted the landscape in hues of orange and pink, creating a breathtaking backdrop. Cadence turned to me, his eyes filled with gratitude. Lily, this has been an incredible day. Thank you for showing me your world. I smiled, feeling a warmth in my heart. You're welcome, Cadence. I'm glad you got to experience Telluride in a different light. He reached out and gently brushed a strand of hair from my face. Telluride isn't the only thing I've fallen for today. My heart skipped a beat as he leaned in, and our lips met in a sweet, lingering kiss. It was a moment filled with the magic of a town that had brought two people from vastly different worlds together. As the days turned into weeks, Cadence and I continued to spend time together. He helped out at the bakery, learning the art of making pastries, and I showed him the hidden gems of Telluride. We were like two worlds colliding, and it was exhilarating. But as the weeks passed, the inevitable truth started to weigh on me. Cadence Sunder didn't belong in my world, and I didn't belong in his. He was a flame, and I was gasoline, and the more we played with fire, the more I found myself questioning how long we could continue to tempt our fate. Our love story was like something out of a romantic comedy, filled with laughter, adventure, and unexpected moments of joy. But as the days grew shorter and the leaves began to fall, I couldn't help but wonder if our love could survive the impending storm. Only time would tell if Cadence and I could defy the odds and make our two worlds collide for good.